Hey guys, we're back. Okay, on this build, Valentine's is coming up. So my wife said we need to think of something to build for Valentine's. So I have an idea, okay? And we're going to use the clear plastic bulbs again, okay? And we're going to use some dowel rods, okay? And some foam. Now, this is 1 inch thick foam. Okay, I just had a piece laying around. You can buy a little piece from any hardware store. And I got this thinner foam, okay, that you get from Dollar Tree. And it's thin and it's light and it's smooth. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, take these bulbs, I'm gonna hot glue them and start what I'm gonna build, okay? So that's the next step. I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna pop these little pieces off, that little chrome piece. Okay. And then I got a hot knife. I think most of you crafters have a hot knife. And they're only like $10 on Amazon. But then I'm going to cut that off there, okay? We don't want that bump sticking out. So I'm going to go ahead and get these pieces off, the chrome piece. I can get these cut off, get these glued together, okay? And now I'm going to get these primed with some primer. And then I'll be back to show you what we're going to start building. Okay, see you in a minute.
Okay, everybody, so my husband glued these together in the shape of a V, how we're going to do our V, because it's going to come up and there's going to be a stinger on the end here, and I haven't made the stinger yet, and I think we're going to do it out of this harder watercolor paper, and I'll show you when I get to that when I do it, because this is a first for me. I have no idea how to make a bee stinger, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, so I'm just going to prime these, but I wanted to show you that they're glued together. So now we're going to prime them with a can of, this is just white spray paint. This is just some Rust-Oleum paint and primer, and it's a lighter color. This one's like a lighter blue, but it doesn't matter. It's just something so that we can bond, so that the paint will stick to this easier without having to do it all just in acrylics, because we're going to come back with acrylics and paint it. And I'll show you when we get to that as well. But if you don't have any spray paint around, you can just do acrylics. It's just going to take you a little, just, dry step by step. But if you have a light colored that you could spray them, paint over them, then do it that way, because it'll just be faster for you. Anyway, so this is where we're at now. And when we get done with this part, and when I get ready to paint them, and I get them all primed and they're dry and I get ready to paint them, I'll come back and show you, okay? See you in a minute. Okay, everyone, we're back. So now I'm going to make a stinger, and I'm going to just use, I don't know if I'm going to use this or the stiff paper. I'm going to try it out of the stiff paper first and see. I don't even think I'm going to be able to roll this though. So we're not going to use the stiff paper. We're going to just get you a piece of white paper. This is just from the computer, copy paper. So anyway, what I'm going to do is just roll it like you would a dress. And so that one end is the pointed end, is the end of the stinger. And one end is wider. So you just roll it and then cut your paper. Because we're just going to glue it onto the bottom of the bulbs. So that way it's nice and smooth. Yeah, so I'm fiddling with this, I'm not quite, but anyway, you want to make it like a cone is the idea. And so that one end's just a little bit wider. I'm going to have to fiddle with this some more. And that's how we're gonna make this stinger. But this obviously isn't right, so it's gonna take me a minute to get this done. If you have any other idea you want to use, go ahead. And we'll be back in a minute. Okay, see you in a sec. Okay, so we're back. So my husband made the stinger. Look how good job he done, you guys. It's perfect, huh? So he rolled the paper up like a cone. Because obviously I couldn't get mine right. So anyway, so there it is. And now I'm gonna spray paint it with the Rust-Oleum spray paint so that the other paint will stick better. It's just a primer paint, light color. And we'll be back to show you the next step. I think what I want to do is find a little wobbly eyeball to go here too. I think that'd be really cute. Okay, so we'll be back.
Okay guys, so we're back. What I did with that inch piece of foam is I cut mine to 8.5 by 46, okay? Then I took some dowel rods and I pushed in the foam to the height I wanted, okay? And then I hot glued them in. So these rods should stay there, okay? Why I did that is this is a heart that my wife cut out, okay?
Foam board.
And it's just made out of that foam board, which I was telling you. See, what it's going to do is it's going to sit here like this. And then that way I can put a hot glue on the back side of that dowel rod and to hold this heart up. Okay? Why I got this other dowel right here is this is where we're going to put our B. Okay? And he's getting glued to that. Okay? So that's why my piece of foam is as big as it is, because this is the size I decided to make mine. Okay? And then I put the dowel rods to the height of whatever I want to buy, be at, and the height of whatever my heart is. You might want yours shorter. Heck, maybe you want it taller. Okay, so that's where we're at right here. Now what my wife's doing is we're going to take some cardboard and we're going to cut out like another one of these hearts in a piece of cardboard to double on the back side.
I used watercolor paper.
She used watercolor paper.
And I'm just, if you
That
have a
way
piece
it's-
of poster board, it's better, or something though, because I had to tape these together.
Yeah, 'cause we just want to make sure that that's, you know, really stiff, you know, it's gonna stay. And what she can do is she can cut out a heart on this, copy this heart. So when this is glued on there, then we can glue that piece she's got now that's in that heart shape on this side, and it'll cover up the dowel. Okay? So that's where we're at with this. While my wife's working on that, I'm going to take our little B here, and I'm going to paint him that gray primer that my wife showed you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and spray him. My wife's working on the back side of the heart, and then we'll be back. We'll show you from there.
Okay, everybody. So, you seen that I got the heart cut out, and I got a piece for the back of the heart cut out of poster board. Well, not poster board, just watercolor paper because it's stiffer. But if you have poster board, it'd be better. But I just taped, made my shape, made it big enough, put two pieces together, as you see, and then what I'm gonna do, like my husband was telling you, is I'm gonna make this just so it sturdies it up more, but I wanted the back to look finished. You don't have to do that step if you don't want. You don't have to have the poster board. But I wanted mine to look finished from both sides. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to paint my heart. So this is kind of down, it's a fun part. Well, all of it's fun, right? But anyway, this is kind of the decoration part. So I'm going to paint my heart. I'm going to, with some magenta and white, and I'm probably going to mix it up a little bit to lighten it. And I'm going to paint my hearts, both of them. On this one, I'm just going to paint the front, and I guess the front and back, and then this one also the front and back, just so that when that gap's there, it'll still be the same color. And then I've got these paper doilies from the Dollar Tree, and I'm thinking that I'm going to do a little edge with the doilies. So I think that would be pretty cute. And my husband is working on making a bee's nest, and he will show you how he's going to make that bee's nest. Um, and I'll let him do that. But that's what I'm going to be working on, and so when I come back, I'll have both of these painted, and I will have my doilies placed where I'm going to put them, I'm thinking around the outer edge. Kind of like they do, make it look like a big Valentine Day box or cookie or whatever. All right, and then when I get ready to write on it, when I figure out what we're gonna put Be Mine on it, so I'll probably write Be Mine on it soon too. So when I come back, that should all be done, and I will let my husband jump in and tell you how he's gonna make his bee's nest. Okay? Okay, go ahead and show him your bee's nest, and I'll start painting.
Okay, guys. So I was thinking, we got the Valentine's Day heart, and we got the bee for the Be Mine. I thought, well, heck, you gotta have the bee nest, right? You know, like kind of like the ones you see hanging underneath houses. So I was thinking I would take rope and just make it go around. Kind of just take, you know, depending how big you want your nest to be. And just kind of circle, you know, and just, okay. And then just keep going around and around until it gets taller and taller and taller and taller, depending on how high you want it. You know, make it bigger at the bottom and kind of narrow a little bit as it goes towards the top. Okay, and I'm just going to take the rope and just start at the bottom, glue it, and just fight the rope around until I get it up to where I want it. Okay, so on the very top I might get so far and then maybe stop and then maybe put a piece of cardboard that size on there and then put the little rope on top of that. That way we could take the top off and put candy in it and put the little top back on. So I hope it works out the way I'm thinking. Well, I'll get it to work out one way or another, and I'll show you guys. Okay, so we'll be back soon. Okay, guys, so we're back again. Okay, I showed you the foam. I showed you how we put the dowel rods in. I showed you the bee. Here he is. I just primed him gray. Now I can go ahead and paint him. Right? Okay, here's the little honeycomb nest that I made. Where I told you guys I took the rope and I just looped it around and around and around until I got it the height I wanted. And then I traced around it and cut out a little foam piece for the bottom and glued that on. Okay, so it has a bottom. Now on the top I did the same thing. I just ran it around how I wanted it to look. Okay, just glued it to hot glue. And then I glued a piece of foam on this, which I'll paint this piece of foam and one on that so you don't see it, so it's brown so it matches. And why I did that, now I can take this as a lid, okay, to put on there. That way you can fill it full of candy. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do now, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to drip some hot glue down in some spots where I want it. Let it dry, and then I can paint it yellow so it looks like honey coming out of the nest, okay? And then I'll paint a little black spot right here for the hole where the bees go in. So that's what I'm going to do. My wife's went ahead and painted her hearts pink. So she got them both pink. Okay, both sides, it's all painted. So when you paint this, if you use the paper like we did for the back side, make sure you put some stuff on it after, or this paper warps really easy. So we just add a couple heavy objects on it just to keep it from warping all funky. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and probably paint around this, and paint the bottom. Drip some hot glue, with just the hot glue gun, down so I can paint that to look like honey. Put the little hole right there. Paint it black. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and start painting my bee and figure out exactly how I want my bee to look. So when I get this part done, the honey, get the bee and that painted, I'll be back to show you. Okay, so we'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay, guys, so I just thought I would show you. My husband showed you how I got them all painted pink. So what I'm doing is I got these paper doilies, and I want the lace part to show. So I'm gluing, I just cut them in half, and then I'm going to glue these down to the back. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the inside of this one. And so when I put them together, it just has some lace on there. That's all I'm doing. I might not even have to, just depending. That might be enough. I might not have to do another one. But see, I'm going to glue them down because they're going to go over the stick. So yeah, I'm going to glue lace on this one too. Anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just using my Elmer's glue. And I'm putting it on the white part. Let me see if I can... just a little on the white part of the doily right here. I'm just putting some Elmer's glue. I've just got any glue would work. I just didn't know hot glue because you know how that is when it dries. And I'm just placing them where I want them to go so that the lace kind of shows on the outer edge. And try to get your lace kind of even as far as distance between the edge of your heart and on these two, just so that it's even on the other side. That's all I'm doing right now, and then we will go from there. And I'm going to go ahead and go around the whole heart with the lace because I just think it makes it look a lot prettier. See? Okay, so when I get to these both all glued, I'll be back to show you.
Hey guys, so here we are with our little honeycomb, little beehive. Now I took some hot glue, just ran down on some spots. I'm just going to go ahead and paint that yellow now, make it look like honey. I went ahead and painted the bottom brown, like I was telling you. And I did the same thing to this one, just painted the bottom brown. And here's my first coat of yellow on my bee. Okay, she's obviously going to need a couple more coats and his stinger painted. That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put another coat of yellow on the bee, get that to look right, paint the stinger, and then we'll be back from there to show you more.
Okay, you guys, so we're back. So I glued the back of these, as you can see, with the doilies. The reason why I just went ahead and glued the whole piece on and just kind of cut them into little triangles is because if you try to just cut the lace off, it's hard to glue it, and it rips easy. So anyway, that's how I did it. I did both. This is the front Valentine, and this one right here, let me set this down, is the back Valentine. So I did the same thing because this is the side that's going to show. Okay, the front one we're going to write on. We're going to write on it. We're going to write Be Mine on it. But I don't want to write that yet because we've got to, my husband's got to finish the bead. Okay, so it's going to sit like this. And then the back of it will sit like that onto this pole, onto these dowel rods that we put in there. So it'll sit like just like that. And they'll be together. And then I'll write on it. Because then I'll probably have to touch up some paint. I got some glue on there from gluing the doilies on. And so anyway, that's the next step. But they've got to dry all the way. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So as soon as he gets the bee in place and kind of finished off, he's going to put him on this pole. And you'll see how that's going to look. But yeah, but we can't write on it until these are dry and they're on the pole. Because the bee's got to be in the right spot. And you'll see why. So don't write on it yet. Alright, so when we get that done, we've still got the base to work on. And so I'll probably start working on the base while he's finishing the bee. And his little beehive. And then we'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we're back. So here's my little bee nest. And I painted the yellow where I put the hot glue. I put the little hole in the front. Okay. Little lid that comes off. Okay. And here is my bee so far. I'm starting to paint a little face on the front. So I'm going to finish it, put some white and stuff on there and finish up the eyes. Thought I'd show you. So that's what I got done so far. I'm going to go ahead and finish up on my bee.
I'll show you.
And my wife's going to step in and she's going to show you what she's working on.
Okay, guys. So, remember the base I told you I was going to start working on? Well, I haven't yet, but I was trying to figure out what to do with it. So I showed you where the heart's going to go, and I showed you where the bee's going to go. Well, I had these in my florals, and I just got these at Walmart, and they were on clearance. I think they were 50 cents a while back. Anyway, I have these, and I have these little white ones, and I have these leaves. So I'm not sure how many I'm going to use of them, but I know they're going to go low. They're going to go almost to the bottom because the bee's going to be, by them. So, because bees like flowers, right? So I think I'm going to secure them to this post. I'm going to paint this green so that it kind of blends in. And then I think I'm going to use these little twirlies, maybe just little pieces of them where you don't really see them, to tie them on. But before I do all that, first, I got this scrapbook paper, and I was going to try to paint this, but it's foam, so it'd be kind of hard to paint. So I'm just going to put this on the bottom. I'm going to, cut it, make it fit, and form it around this. So that way we don't even need to paint anything. We're just going to glue this straight on with some little bit of hot glue and maybe some Elmer's. And then I'm going to come back with these florals and I'll show you. I'm going to leave a little space so that I can poke my florals down in maybe. I might have to do that. And you might have to do that as well. You can, if you have something else you're using, you could probably paint it or whatever, but this foam could be painted, but I don't know how well. So we're going to see how well this works. Okay? We're just kind of going as we go. Anyway, so after we get done with this part, my husband's gets more done closer with his, then we'll be back to show you more. See you in a second.
Okay guys, so we're back. So here's our little bee. So what I did is I took some of that bendable velvet wire and made some little antennas. I just bent them how I wanted them and put them as high as I wanted, and then just hot glued them on. And if you notice, it's got little wings right here. They're made out of plastic. So I took a little piece of just clear plastic and shaped them how I wanted them and hot glued them on. Okay. Now I'll come back and I think I'll probably put some little paint on it so you notice them just a little bit. These bees' wings are pretty dang clear. Okay, so that's how I did that. And my wife is still working on the...
I can show them.
Oh, she's going to show you. She's been working on the base. So I'm going to let her step in and show you what she's been doing. Okay?
Alrighty. Okay, you guys, so I got the base wrapped with the... I hot glued just the edges. I kind of wrapped it like on the edges like you would a present. And then all I did was hot glue the very edges and just pulled it down tight, cut a hole, we slid it the paper over the hole, and the flowers will stick right through that. So we're just going to take the flowers. Let me grab one. And I'm going to make a little flower arrangement, and it's going to go somewhat like that. But right now I'm just painting these poles. This one's going to be pink because the heart's going to go on it, and this one's going to be green just to kind of disguise it a little bit. And we're just going to put the flowers and punch them right down into the foam. And I'll just make some kind of little arrangement there. So that's where we're at right now. And when we get a little bit further, and I get this other one painted, and I'll start punching my little flowers in, then I'll be back to show you. So we'll be right back.
Okay, guys, we're back.
Yay! We got this. See, I wrote on it. See that? Now we gotta put it on this. Remember? Show them your little bee.
So we
How
got
cute
the
he is.
we got the bee on.
Isn't he cute? He's so cute, you guys. And all out of the those clear plastic Christmas bulbs.
Yeah. Now we're gonna take the glue gun and we're
Where's the
gonna
heart?
glue the heart
The front one.
onto the other pole.
And we'll back up the camera after we get it on there.
Okay, and then we're gonna glue the back side on.
And here's the back. And then you guys have seen the back, so that way it's just finished. You don't have to do this step, but we just wanted to, you want your projects to kind of be complete. And that's why I painted the poles. Now the flowers I'm going to put on after he's gluing the heart on there. And then we'll poke the flowers in front of the bee where we want them.
Okay, I gotta turn this for a sec, guys, so I can see where to put this.
Want me to hold it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, so cute. We just use a strip of hot glue straight. He put it straight down the center. You gotta hold it.
So I just gotta hold it for a sec, guys.
Yeah. Sure it stays on there. Probably gonna need one more little bit of glue down here. Can you hand me the glue gun? Is that possible to get this?
Yes.
Just a little. I think this would make a cute Valentine's gift for somebody.
Okay, guys. So there we go. Now my wife's gonna come over here and she's gonna glue the piece on the back, and this is why we're putting it on there, so we can cover up so you don't see the stick on the back.
Yeah, so look pretty. I think I'm just gonna hold it up here first. I am just gonna put some hot glue. I'm gonna line up my heart.
Make around the outer edge.
That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna line up the heart. Kind of got to be quick at this part so your glue doesn't dry on you. And the one thing about this part being the thinner paper and not the foam board is you can just form it right to this other part. Yep, I think so. Let's see. Yep. See that? Now it looks all finished from the back.
Okay, guys. Now she can turn around. We can glue our little beehive on there.
Yeah, we got the beehive to put on there, and the
So I think we
flowers.
put the beehive here.
And then we can put our flowers on here. I don't know. I feel like maybe we might end up putting something up here like this, see? Because that give it kind of a finishing touch. But we'll finish it when we come back. I'm going to glue this on right now. Put a drop of glue. Do you want it right here? Right here, huh? Yep. We'll just put some hot glue on this, the bottom of it. You don't have to. You could leave it detachable if you wanted. We're just going to place it with the little door right there. And this is just cardboard, you guys. The little top he made, it's just
Foam
cardboard.
board.
Oh, it's foam board and he painted it. Excuse me, you could use cardboard.
Yep.
And of course you don't want to glue the top on, because how you gonna put your candy in there, right? Okay, we'll be back in a little bit to show you. I'm going to decorate this up. Well, I guess I can show you a little bit now. So what I'm going to do is just take these flowers. You want to hand me those flowers over there?
Yep.
And the silver stuff if it's laying over there.
It's right here.
I think I'm going to put one up here, you guys, because I think that'll look cute. And I'm just going to take a drop of hot glue and put it on the back of the flower there to kind of make it stick to the top, because I want it to be, this one to be at the very top, because you know you got to have your flowers with your bee, right? And I know bees love sunflowers, because we have a lot of them in our yard and they're always all over them.
Mm-hmm.
So this flower, I guess, will just take some patience of holding it. I just kind of wrapped this, I don't know if you guys could see, but I just kind of wrapped the stem around it. And I could have just pulled the flower off, really, which is probably what I should have done, but you know, I just barely decided to do this, so. Anyways, I'm going to decorate this up with my flowers and whatnot, and then we'll be back to show you when it's all finished. See you in a minute. Okay guys, so we're at the finale finally. I can't wait to show you, so I'm just going to go right to it. Here's how it turned out. Here's our bee. We wrote "Be Mine," and I ended up coming back and outlining this darker so that you would notice the bee a little more than the mine, but I didn't want to take away from the bee. Anyway, here's your little candy dish. Like we said, it's all made out of the Dollar Tree rope and some foam board, and it's their little beehive. And this is just scrapbook paper that I glued onto the bottom of a piece of foam. 3 of your Christmas bulbs that my husband made this cute little bee with, and he'll have to come around here and show you the face and probably turn it a little. See the face of the bee, because it's just too cute. And his little stinger. And then we have, I glued some of I had some other flowers out there and I wanted it to look kind of woodsy, like, you know, wildflowers. And so I ended up having these out there, and I glued some of these back onto the heart itself, and then some of them I brought out so it would kind of give it a 3D effect. Anyways, this is it. It's the completed project, and I think it would make a really cute Valentine's present. And I mean, even if you had to go buy it, I don't think it's going to cost you more than, what, $4 or $5? And so I think that's pretty cheap. Get you a little bag of candy and put it in there. The thing I liked about this one is it wasn't expensive to make, but it ends up looking like it would have cost you more. Anyway, so you guys, if you like our channel, please hit the like button. It helps our channel so much. And leave a comment, because we enjoy reading those. And we really appreciate all your support. And until next time, we'll see you later.